All right, guys, and we are live, episode 91 of the Shooter's Mindset. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Got my lovely co-host, Jennifer Seymour's in the house. What's going on, Jennifer?
Hello, glad to be here.
I was going to say fresh off her DQ, but I didn't want to be mean, but I guess since we were talking about it.
Too late.
She didn't tell me no. She didn't tell me no, but, you know, I embraced it.
See what I deal with, every week.
Hey, as soon as I got DQ'd from a match, I posted on Facebook, DQ. All right, away. I embrace the DQ. Some people like to hide it, and they're more ashamed of it. We'll talk about that a little bit later, maybe. But we have Steve the Tank Durant, the original co-host. What's going on, Steve?
Not much, man. I thought I was going to be the lovely co-host. Oh, well.
I was thinking about it. I honestly was thinking about it, but then I just decided to go with Jennifer.
So there was a debate there.
In my mind, I didn't know if I wanted to be funny with it, and just say Steve, or just go to you right away. So,
it's like flipping a coin.
Yeah, it was.
Look lovely to me.
Yeah, Steve got the new haircut. Man, it's looking sharp. All right, let's see, and then we got our guest. The person everybody's here to see today, and that's Diana Hufstedler. What is it? Diana Hufstedler. There it is.
There you go. You got it.
There it is. It's that name's spelled like Deanna. Some people say Diana, but it's Deanna, right? There you go. There it is today. My vocabulary sucks like usual, but.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on. But this is a show that I've talked about a while, probably like 20 episodes ago. Your name popped up. I'm like, we should have her on the show. And we kind of never got it going until now. I saw a post on the Facebook page that you posted up. I'm like, all right, now it's about time to reach out to her, get her on the show. It was about the match that she won in the Ladies Open division that we're going to talk about here in a second. But let's get to the show sponsors. Show sponsors today is Fort Mill Munitions. That's teamfmm.com. If you're looking for handgun ammunition, 380, 9, 40, 45, they got it all. Coming soon is 38 Super Comp, 38 Super, all that open gun stuff. They should have it there available shortly. We have a discount code that we're going to hit from them if you're looking to buy some ammunition from them in the discount quarter portion of the show. But we also have Blade Tech Industries as a great show sponsor from the very beginning, and Brett Russo over at Blade Tech. Awesome job, awesome holsters from those folks over there. So go check them out. Steve, what's going on, man? What's going on with the CZ stuff?
Trying to shoot, dude. I got a lot on my plate right now. Got, a tactical sport in hand, trying to move into limited division, figure that stuff out a little bit, and always enjoying the AccuShadow, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to be a limited guy or production guy or both.
You can be everything.
Yeah, limited's fun. It's a fun game, fun division. Or you could just be everything, or you could just go to pure on open and do what Deanna does.
Then you can be awesome.
Yeah, so you're not quite awesome yet unless you shoot open. That's the whole idea there.
You could be lovely and awesome, see?
Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
And CZ has the Checkmate, right? Which I didn't know much about until you started talking to me about it. So that's usually the open CZ gun if you wanted to go CZ, right?
Exactly. Checkmate's basically almost like a version of the tactical sport, but of course it features a compensator and an optic and all that good stuff so that you can run open. But the cool thing about it that I didn't even really realize is that stuff is all removable very easily, and it comes with everything you need to switch kind of back and forth between the limited division and the open division. So it's actually a pretty cool setup.
Very nice. Yeah, you should probably have one of those soon. I'm betting.
That's kind of convenient. That's kind of convenient, especially if you're having problems with your red dot, which we all know sometimes happens. You can just pop that thing off and keep shooting.
Yep.
Always have a backup gun for that specific reason.
Yep.
There you go. Quickly on Q&A section. Q&A reminder. If you guys are new to this show, you're going to see a bottom left-hand corner of your screen. There should be like join the conversation. If you click that, you can ask any of us here on the panel live questions, and we'll take those throughout the show. Also, if that's not working or you just prefer to use Facebook, if you go to the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page, there'll be a post at the very top or one of our most recent posts asking to post your questions below on Facebook. And also there'll be a giveaway link, which we're going to get into here in a second, on how you can enter the giveaway for today.
Now, all the hard questions go to Anthony.
Yeah, if you want, yeah, I'll take them. You know, just far away. Far away. You know, I'll take them. I'll try to answer them. I don't know if you want my answers, really. You know, it's usually not the most helpful.
That might be scary.
Yeah. So what pistol do I need for open? Glock. That's what you need.
Come on. Everybody around me has the Glocks. Everyone is shooting Glocks. I'm just tired of hearing about Glocks. I might finally get one just to get one.
Yeah, tell Taryn to hook you up with the best Glock on the planet, and that's a TTI version Glock.
Tell you what, I've been thinking about it. Maybe next year I'll switch to TAC Ops and just see if I can play with the big kids. One of these days I'll get one of those.
I don't think you should. I don't know. I mean, if it's going to be a Terran Tactical Glock, then yeah. But I mean, when you have all those beautiful pieces in the background there, you know, 2011s, 1911s, it's going to be I think it's going to be a hard transition if you're used to shooting those.
You know what? If you love guns, you love them all. Some more than others, but it's a passion. It's definitely an addiction. So I haven't met a gun that I didn't find some use for. I don't know about you.
It's kind of like chocolate.
Yeah.
Exactly, different flavors.
All chocolate is good. Some's better than others. But I love all chocolate.
See, girls understand.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. Let me see the live. Let's check the Q&A section. We talked about that. Let's get into the giveaway, and then we'll just kind of fire it off. But let's actually start this one off like this. For those who are unfamiliar with you, tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you kind of got involved in shooting.
Oh, man, way to put me on the spot, huh? Well, let's see, my elevator speech. Well, my name is Diana. I'm from Bulgaria. I moved to the States, like 11 years ago. I came here to go to college, and one thing led to another. Bachelor's led to master's. Master's led to a career. And but as far as shooting, it was kind of weird, man. I didn't exactly have a plan to get into competitive shooting or anything like that. You know, I've always loved to shoot. It was always fun from maybe teenage years. You know, I'll go plinking with my grandpa. Then I dated this guy who was a police officer, and he let me shoot a handgun, and that was it. I mean, that did it for me. I fell in love with it. The feeling, the smell, the feeling of empowerment, just the whole works. But fast forward a few years, so I moved to the States. Obviously, I lived in a post-communist country, so the regime there was not exactly conducive to, you know, firearms for recreation, so to speak. So I moved to the States, and my husband told me, actually we were still dating, and he told me that he used to compete. And he said that his previous fiance, you know, just hated that, and he was spending all this money, and he didn't even want to share it with me in the beginning. But when I heard about it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing ever. You have to do it again. So it started very, very slowly. It wasn't like this big bang, I'm going to go be a competitive shooter type of thing. And at first I just kind of tagged along and watched him shoot, and you know, we encouraged him to go to more competitions. And then about 2 or 3 years into our marriage, he was like, well, do you want to give it a try? And yeah, sure, why not? So he took me to a local IDPA match, and man, it was a disaster. I think I was like second to last. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I go this way. No, you gotta go the other way. You know, point down range, stay behind the barricade. I mean, it was just sensory overload. But I kind of, you know, eased into it. And in the beginning, it was just a match here and there. Probably for the first 4 or 5 years, I just kind of went to local competitions, and you know, I'll skip 3 months, then go to another one, and then a few years into it, I got into USPSA, and now that stuff is fun. Then I got the open pistol, and it got even more fun. And next thing you know, I'm full-blown shooting pistol, traveling, having fun, started winning some stuff. But then things didn't really explode for me until last year. I really kept looking at different disciplines and wanted to try out new things. I was always trying to find the more adrenaline, something more exciting, something different. But then I tried action pistol, and I tried, what else did I shoot? Modified PPC, I shot that a little bit, won a couple of things. And then, my friends, I discovered 3-gun, and the rest is just downhill from there. I think I live and breathe and drink that stuff and eat it for breakfast.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
three,
last year I
guns are
started shooting.
what was that? You said?
Three gun I started shooting last year, and it was just the weirdest thing. I mean, I was kind of researching. I was asking friends, people that I knew, and then out of the blue, I was shopping around for equipment, and then out of the blue, Karen Butler calls me, and he goes, "Yeah, I've been watching you, and I want you on my team. I want to sponsor you." The first thing I thought, are you out of your mind? I haven't even started shooting 3-gun. What are you thinking? Oh, no. I can smell talent from, 10,000 miles away. You're going to shoot for me. And that's how it started. I mean, it was literally this time last year, I just kind of went for it. And it has just really grown out of proportion really, really fast. So that's the short version of the story.
So Taryn randomly gives you a call and say, "I want to sponsor you. You have a lot of talent." How does that happen? You get a random call from Taryn? That's awesome.
Well, it wasn't completely random. My husband was. See, I have I'm very picky. I have a really good taste, mind you. And early on, I knew exactly what shotgun I wanted to buy. And I really wanted the Benelli M2. I didn't want just any Benelli. I wanted the TTI Benelli. So I can't remember if it was like an anniversary or a birthday or some combination of the two. And I guess I was good enough wife that my husband decided to buy me one. So he had contacted him first. Well, not him. I mean the shop. And said, hey, I'm inquiring about this shotgun. My wife really wants one. And then somehow Darren gets on the phone. Well, who's your wife? Well, Diana Hufstedler. Oh, I know who she is. And yeah, and then next thing you know, he's calling me. So yeah, that was about it. It was about as weird as it gets.
That's awesome. I'm fortunate enough to also know Taryn and shoot his shotgun and rifle and pistol, so I can imagine how. I remember when we first started talking, I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to own all three, pistol, rifle, and shotgun. Just wasn't in my budget. I just didn't think it was going to happen, and now I'm just fortunate enough to own all 3 guns. So I know, it's just awesome, and that dude's awesome. He's probably, one of the nicest dudes, and takes care of a lot of people in the shooting industry. So, everybody knows.
Tell you what, that man has the heart of the size of Texas. If there's anyone in this industry that has helped me the most, that's probably him. And it's not just the stuff. I mean, sponsors, they come and go. Equipment comes and goes, but the friendships and the advice and the encouragement that I have received from him. I would have never done any of this stuff if it wasn't for him calling me up and, hey, let's go to this match. This is going to be fun. You can do this. Let's go rock this thing. And you know how women are. I mean, Jennifer, I'm sure you can relate. We are very critical of ourselves. We think less of ourselves. And we could use a little bit of that encouragement, somebody, kind of tooting your horn and cheerleading for you and giving you courage. And tell you what, he has helped me more than anybody in this industry, hands down.
Yeah, same thing here. We're going to talk a lot about Taryn and shooting with him because we have that on the list here. It's one of my things to do is to head over to California and get on that Taryn compound and just shred some steel. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, though. We're going to get into the giveaway because we have an awesome, fantastic giveaway like we usually do every week here on the Shooter's Mindset Show. And Taryn, like we just were talking about, we got 6 Taryn Tactical Innovations PMAG base pads. So we're not sure what color. Maybe you get to pick the color. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind you picking the color: pink, red, blue, gray, black. They have red, all the colors. So you get so we have 6 of those. We're gonna have 3 winners here for this giveaway. We have a Safariland long sleeve performance T-shirt. This is gonna be in size small. So I don't know too many dudes that can fit into a size small, but I know a bunch of ladies that can. So we have a size small black long sleeve performance Safariland T-shirt. We have a Patriot case. If you're storing your firearms, traveling with your firearms, going to the range, you want a Patriot case, man. Just the best cases I've ever had, and Diana has one. Steve, you have a Patriot case too. I think we all have them. It's a must need.
You can see it. Can you see mine up there?
Yeah, we see it. There you go.
Oh my God, that thing is tough.
Yeah.
I need one.
It's not really heavy.
Yeah, I need one. I don't have one yet, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it's in the future.
Yeah, we'll talk to Barack and see if we can get one. But if you're gonna travel, especially on an airline, it's necessary. You just need it. All right. We got a Safariland short sleeve performance shirt. This is also in size small and the color black. 511 tactical Trinity Polo size small and in color violet. We have a weapon shield 4-pack. So we got lubricant, solvent, grease, travel, lube, syringe, the whole deal. Steve's a big fan of that too.
That stuff is good.
There you go. The stuff is good. They take her word for it. So we got a 4-pack of that. And where are we at? And we have a tacticallife.net thrown in a decal pack. Me and Jennifer have it. It's awesome. Put it on the back of your car. I swear to you, I haven't been pulled over by a cop in a long time, and I think it's because I have those Tactical Life stickers all over the back of my car. Just throwing it out there.
Have you had one of those conversations when you get pulled over and your entire back is full of guns and ammo and oh man, it's hilarious.
Most of the time that gets you off. You get you off the ticket. You have a conversation with the officer. He's into guns. You're into guns. It's just like all right, get out of here, youngster. You know what I mean? It's just like that. So I mean, I haven't had that conversation yet, but every time I hear that story, it's mostly because they get into a conversation with the law enforcement officer and they get out scot-free, no ticket. So
It is, but I'll tell you one thing. At first, I don't know if it's the same for you, Jennifer, but at first they don't quite believe you. I mean, at first they kind of give you the look. You're like, you? Is that all that stuff yours? Yeah, it's mine. I shoot 3 guns.
I still get all the time. You do what? What's your hobby? What are you shooting? And I'm like, guns. It's very funny. I had a patient and a doctor that were talking. I can't remember what was going on. They were talking like during a procedure, and somebody walked in and said something about me shooting, and they were like, "What? You shoot?" They looked like I was crazy. It was very funny.
It used to offend me, and then I was like, why? I mean, I'm barely over 100 pounds. I wear red lipstick and red nails, and usually my heels are at least 4 inches. I can kind of understand, and now I just kind of laugh about it.
Oh, it's something else.
We have a live question that came from Steve. You have that live question?
Yep, let me get to it here. It's from Nate Perry, Shooting Sports. And the question for Diana was, how can shooting sports become more mainstream? STIG recently partnered with Lucas Oils, and they have their logo getting exposure on drag cars, so they're getting endorsements through other sports. So, in your opinion, Diana, what ways can the sport really kind of grow and get more accepted in the mainstream?
Well, first of all, hi Nate. What's up? Good to hear from you. I think all of us that are involved in this sport in one way or another and are more or less public about it, this is on the back of our mind. It's part of our mission, if you would, to gain more exposure, whether it's in the media, whether it's in local events, whether it's with other organizations, and just talk about it. I mean, for example, what you guys are doing, this is available online. Anyone can come and watch this show. Hopefully people will share it. Social media has been a very important part of increasing popularity of this sport, and I think three-gun is a prime example of something that is displaying a really fast growth in the industry. But I think it's the individuals that promote it. I think it's people like you, people like Jennifer, other shooters, just promoting the sport, talking about it, and bringing new people to the sport. I think especially the youth, our youngsters, this is the future of America as a whole, not just the sport. But if you introduce them at an early age and explain to them that guns are not bad, this is a legitimate athletic discipline, it's fun, it's educational, it's a very, very positive environment, I think the more young folks we attract to the sport, the better off we're going to be. So I'm doing my best. I mean, I don't know how good I am at it, but I really make it a point to bring new shooters to the range and, you know, just spread the word. And I write a lot, too. I don't know if you've noticed. I write a lot of articles. Hope people will read them and care.
Yeah, where can they find your articles at?
Oh, well, it's kind of weird. It started as a favor. It all started with SAS Brass and Bullets, which is the blog I share with Beth Cowgill and Kelly Samsel. And it was really weird in the beginning. You know, she was getting burned out on it. It was Beth who started the blog, and I liked reading it. Frankly, there was a lot of information out there as far as instructional stuff, but there wasn't anything that I could relate to, anything from a first-person perspective that I can really identify myself with. And we actually worked together. We met at a shooting range at a random match here locally, and then we worked together at a shooting retailer for about 3 or 4 years. And then I think she just kind of got burned out. She wanted to do other things in her life, and she was going to shut down the website. I said, no, you can't do that. I love reading that. So I volunteered to help her keep it going, and I started writing for the blog. And I don't know what happened. I guess I write very funny, and for some reason people want to read that stuff. And I had a few articles that went bananas viral. And next thing you know, people started asking me to write for other publications. I've written for The Shooting Wire. I've written for The Truth About Guns. USPSA Downrange has shared my stuff. I have an article actually coming up in Recoil magazine in July about introducing new female shooters to the sport. So I don't know. People ask me to write something, I'll write it. That's about the gist of it.
I think you're so relatable because you are real. So many people, and a lot of people are real, but a lot of people just put on Facebook their good things that happen. You know, the make it look pretty, you know, the perfect shooting life. And, you know, not that yours is not perfect, but you are funny and you're very human, and you know, just like when I DQ'd and I said, well, I need to put my post on Facebook about DQing, and somebody said, you don't have to do that. And I was like, well, but I feel like I do. I feel like I owe it to people, because if I only put on there, hey, I did good on this match, or here's a good stage I did, you know, then everybody looks online and sees this falsehood and they think, oh, well, I'll never be able to, you know, do this or that because this is all they see is perfect. You know, we all mess up. Everybody DQs. Everybody has bad stages, bad matches, and, you know, you just kind of got to laugh about it.
You know, I'm really glad you brought that up, because I had that perception as well, especially some of the top shooters. I always thought that they were perfect all the time. And I really try to be authentic about everything that I do, because that's what I appreciate in other people when they expose you to the whole experience. And the truth is, it's not a perfect experience. Chances are you will lose a heck of a lot more than you win. You will fall a lot more than you would run. and you would screw up a lot of things. As far as myself, I guess just my outlook on life is laugh about everything, mostly myself. So I poke a lot of fun at myself. It just makes it easier to cope. But no, the shooting lifestyle is not perfect at all. It's actually a lot of toting around, a lot of reloading. There's my reloader right there, so that's probably about 90% of my shooting lifestyle. The other part is travel with smelly dudes in a car full of ammo, getting lost in the middle of nowhere, shooting in rain, mud, and all kinds of conditions. So I personally appreciate it when I can learn about those things so I can be prepared. And I feel like it's a public service to share those experiences with other people.
Yeah, I agree. That's why and I saw your post, and because I've done the same thing, along with Facebook and the DQ right away. I was just like, I must have got DQ'd, walked right off the stage, boom, DQ, right on the Facebook, and everybody was like, what happened? What happened? What happened? I mean, it's never really bothered me, to really be honest about it. And I think both of you guys are really honest and amazing personality. Who cares? No one's gonna dislike you forever because you got DQ'd. You get to go to DQ, have an ice cream, post. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Whatever, it happens.
No one ever bought me any ice cream, by the way.
That sucks, but I tell you what, you always learn from it. Most importantly, you'll never probably get DQ'd for the same thing twice. It's very rare.
I'm sorry, over 100 matches, I haven't been DQ'd, so sorry.
Well, it's bound.
Well, you will.
I hope it happens when I'm there, so I can just meerkat it live. This is Steve's reaction after his DQ.
It's gonna be like 3 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, but Steve's still on the non-DQ bandwagon, so good for you, Steve. Hang in there, bud. Hang in there.
We'll talk. Call me when it happens.
Yeah, call me when it happens. All right, we kind of got off track on the giveaway after the Tactical Life decal pack, but there's one other thing there. It's a very important thing, actually. Diana has 3 posters that seem to be very popular, and she's going to autograph those, and 3 of the winners that are chosen, each one of you guys are going to get one of those posters of her. So that's also part of the giveaway. To enter the giveaway, you'll see a link to the giveaway in the comment section below. If it's not there, you will see it over on the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page. It's our latest post. That's going to end. It's going to end midnight. No. It's going to end a week from now. So that's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So what's those posters? Hold up those posters again, because I was talking and it was on my camera.
I am honestly still embarrassed. I can't believe people even want them. It's so bizarre. I printed some for SHOT Show because people kept asking, and they're actually really nice quality. They're really sturdy.
Yeah, they look pretty solid.
I ran out so quick. I had to order more because people wanted to order them on the website, which they will be available for pre-order if you go and really need one. There are some, but right now I only have those last 3 left, so they're yours. I'm confused why people still want them, but whatever.
I had one person one time private message me and asked me for an autographed picture, and I was like, why? It was very odd.
But then I collect them, which is kind of weird. All the people that I shoot with, if they have some, first thing I ask is, you got to autograph one for me. And I have them all over the wall.
There you go. Yeah, I do collect them too. I have a bunch of them. Most of them come from SHOT Show though. Randy Rogers, Jesse Duff. I have them all. I just I don't know. I got so much shooting stuff consuming this area already that if I hang up pictures of a bunch of ladies with guns, I think my wife might see a little bit of a problem with it. So I just keep them in.
I'm cool about it. And my husband is right here.
She's like, who's
Am I cool about that, babe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go. So awesome stuff there, and I think we said it. So yeah, you guys have a week to enter this giveaway. We're going to select 3 winners. It's going to end 8 p.m. Eastern next Wednesday. So on episode 92 of the Shooter's Mindset, we will announce the winners live. So I got a lot of Q&A piling up here. I have one. I lost it, but I remember it. He said, what do you recommend? What newbie for a new guy coming into the game? What sport would you recommend? USPSA, IDPA, three gun? Does it really matter? What do you got?
I think that's an excellent question, and I really think you should start with pistol only. Um, Something a little bit tamer. You don't want to go off the bat with all three guns blazing, running like a maniac. So maybe start with something simple like a modified PPC or action pistol where you just stand in one spot and you shoot. And after you become comfortable with that and the time constraints involved, then I would move to something like IDPA or USPSA. Whichever one you start with, the main thing is just start with one gun and then ease into it. Whether you start with the pistol first, which I would personally do that. I think it's the best route. It teaches you a lot of tactics, procedures, gun handling, managing time, being comfortable with the buzzer, all of these skills. Some people start with a shotgun or long-range rifle, whatever it is, but just start with one thing. Uh, don't go straight into three-gun. You'll be overwhelmed, confused. You might even give up too soon because it's just a sensory overload.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. Steve, what do you have on this? Because, I shoot a lot of IDPA, as a lot of you know, but even these fresh new guys that come in, if you don't really, there's a difference between if you just take a gun and you pop off at an indoor range, but then when you come and there's movement involved, you see a lot of like unsafe gun handling going on and stuff like that. So what's your take on this?
I agree with what she said. Diana said definitely starting out with pistol is the best route. I think pistol is probably the most difficult skill to master, just because of the short sight radius, and very little movement can make a pretty big difference. Obviously, on long shots with rifles, you're going to have small amounts of movements that are going to be, create issues as well. But I just think the pistol, you've got that very short sight radius. There's so much going on, and it's all kind of right there.
Trigger control, just safe direction, movement. I agree.
And I think the idea of the monetary output that you're going to be making if you try to go into like a three-gun scenario right off the bat, and then what if you end up not really liking the sport? You're kind of in a bad spot there. And I notice most people don't like to buy cheap equipment and work their way up. For some reason, shooters, we just love our toys. We love to upgrade. So I think if you're going to upgrade and dump a decent, reasonable amount of money into something, you should just start with the pistol, man. Get used to it, learn the rules, like she said, and take it from there. Three gun's always there for you. It's not going anywhere, so you can always move into that at a later date.
A lot of the rules from pistol also kind of apply over to a lot of the other games. I mean, you're not going to be blown away by something you see in three gun. I mean, I know a lot of three gunners who say their weakest point is pistol, and I'm like, really? Because I'm the opposite. They're a badass with a rifle, and then pistol, they're like, oh, pistol's my weak point. You know what I mean? So there's some of those.
Usually people are complaining about the shotgun and loading the shotgun.
Right. So there's a lot of different. I actually know two. He's gotten really good now because he shoots a lot of USPSA now just to focus on that pistol skills. Now he's there, and he's the man at three gun now since his pistol skills have grown. But let's hit. We have a live question here. Girls like guns too. Go ahead, Deanna. I'm sorry.
Wait, before we move on, I do have a slightly different opinion about the upgrades. I know, Steve, you brought it up, but I learned the hard way, and I think this is an opportunity to share my experience, and hopefully it will help someone. I would start with borrowing a gun. Seriously, the community is so open, people are so friendly. Surely you know someone that has a gun or a pistol. Borrow a few, try a few different ones, see what you like, go to the gun shop, but the best is really borrow one, go to the range and actually participate in a match with that pistol and see which one you like. Because I made the mistake with my rifle especially. I couldn't quite afford what I wanted. I said, well, I'll start with something cheaper and then I'll work my way up. Tell you what, total cost of investment, my total investment in it long term, starting smaller and then upgrading and upgrading. I know a lot of people do that, but I honestly wish that I would have just done my research, tried out different things, and just bit the bullet, no pun intended, and bought the right stuff to begin with. Because in the long term, I actually ended up spending more money with those upgrades. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I fully agree with that. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know that a lot of the shooters, unfortunately, coming into the sport have maybe the ability or the friendships necessary to be able to do that. If you don't kind of already know people and a decent amount of people, you're kind of limited on what you can do. But definitely doing research and trying to get your hands on some of the equipment prior to purchasing it's a great idea.
Well, in that case, just shoot whatever you got.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Steve knows. I started off with some real grand level pistols, man. I mean, I was like, going to the gun shop. How much you have? I have $150. And they were like,
You
well,
started at a high point.
you can grab this here. I'm like, well, it's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly. How do I clean it? He's like, he couldn't even tell me how to. I don't even, to this day, I don't know how to break down that pistol. But whatever, I no longer have it, and I got better equipment at this point. But I did learn the hard way.
Breeze.
Yeah. There you go. This one here is from Girls Like Guns too. Deanna, what do you recommend as far as equipment for someone who is interested in trying 3-gun? I've been thinking about it, but I'm still hesitant in regards to shotguns.
Well, I can't say that I have a lot of various experience. I mean, I've tried, especially with the shotgun. I've tried several different ones. I've tried the Versa Max. I've tried the Winchester SX2, SX3. Remington. I've shot a Remington before. Well, Versa Max. I said that already. But I'm in love with my Benelli. And just FYI, I'm in no shape or form affiliated with them. I just, like I said, I did my research. I tried out different guns, and it was I believe, SHOT Show a couple of years ago. I picked up Maggie Reese's gun, and she shot a Benelli at the time, and I just fell in love with it. And the one that I have from here, let me grab it.
Yeah, the thing, but Benelli, as soon as you pick it up, man.
I'll tell you what, as soon as you pick up that thing, it's like comparing a Ford and a Lamborghini, And mine is tricked out by Terran, so you can see I've got all the cool features, the lightning bolt, the ramp. I've got, obviously I'm set up for open. It's got that, the stippling that they do. Oh my God, this thing is just a work of art. And again, I have no affiliation with Benelli, but go big or go home. That's my policy. It's just very smooth. I haven't had a single jam. No, I take that back. I've had one jam, and it was because the spring on my tube wore out because I used it so much. But if you're gonna buy it one time and be done with it. I know recoil control is really big with little ladies, especially like me, and I shoot a 12 gauge. I don't shoot a 20 gauge. And it was an adjustment. I had to really teach myself to be more aggressive with my stance. So part of it is the equipment, but part of it is also how you handle the gun. And it took me probably a few months to get used to being really aggressive and leaning forward and absorbing some of that recoil. But no, you want something that works every time, especially for competition. Something smooth, a fine machine.
Yeah,
I don't know, does that help?
Benelli's a fine machine, man. I never shot an M2, but I picked one up and played with it at SHOT Show, and you can not even shooting it, you can tell it's a quality piece of machinery just off the bat. And you have a few on Facebook you want to hit?
Yeah, we have a couple on Facebook. Paul Begovich, which he has snippets of life photography. If y'all have ever seen him, he goes to the matches and takes pictures. He was at the Freedom Munitions match this past weekend and took a bunch of pictures there. But he said he has a couple questions. One, what upcoming 3-gun matches are you planning on doing this remaining season? And what was your toughest match?
Oh boy, the upcoming ones, it's a little hard because I haven't aligned them all. But off the top of my head, I have a USPSA match coming up in August. But then I believe I'm going to try to make it to the Pro-Am, the Rock Castle Pro-Am. I'm going to try to make it to that match. I'm planning on going to the Lady 3-Gun match, the Brownells Lady 3-Gun match in North Carolina. Let's see, I'll try to make it to Generation 3-Gun. If you haven't heard about that match, Chad Francis, one of our local shooters, Katie Francis's dad, is probably laughing right now because he hates that. I'm Katie Francis's dad. Anyway, off topic, but him and Jesse Tischhauser are putting this match, and if you haven't heard about it, it's a non-profit. All of the proceeds go to fund junior shooters, which I mentioned earlier. I think junior shooters are the future, so I'm really, really excited to go and play at that match and support it. What else do I have, babe? I can't think of that. I'm sure something else will come up, but I'll try to post it online.
We're doing that multi-gun sectional fall.
Missouri multi-gun sectional. I think it's a USPSA match. We're doing that.
Yeah, USPSA multi-gun.
Yeah, that's what I said, babe. USPSA multi-gun. Marriage. See, they always have to correct you. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people call you in the last minute, and your friends kind of rally you up. We do that a lot with Team Terran Tactical. A lot of the girls will kind of rally each other up. You know, one of us will call the other and say, "Oh, I'm shooting this awesome match. You've got to do this," which is what I did for the zombie match. So a lot of times it's a little hard to plan, but these are the ones that I am pretty much committed to. So I hope to see you there, Steve. As far as the hardest match, it wasn't so much that the match was difficult. I think it was just my inexperience. But when I first started out last year, like I said, Darren called me and talked me up in a bunch of matches, and I had no clue what I was doing. I mean, it was embarrassing. And the first match I shot last year, like really big match, was that zombie match, which is a relatively simple match. Everything is up close. There's not a lot of strategy. So I went and did that by myself, which I'm very proud of. And I thought, okay, well, I can do this. I got it. I can handle this. Well, the next match he invites me to is a 3-Gun Nation regional. It was down at Rock Castle. So I show up and I start walking the stages, and I about had a heart attack. Everything was just so complicated, and I don't know if you've ever shot a 3-Gun Nation match. The Pro Series make it look so easy because everything is set up for speed and entertainment. But the actual regional matches tend to be really complex, and there's a lot of strategy involved. So that first match was just a total disaster. The first day was kind of alright, but then the next day it rained, and there was mud, and I had no idea what I was doing. It was just a miserable thing. I did horrible. It was hilarious, though. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot of good people. But yeah, ironically enough, strategy is now my favorite part of 3-Gun. I really enjoy trying to figure out better ways to shoot a stage. And I have been fortunate enough to shoot with a lot of people that have been doing this much longer than I have. And, the community is really nice. We help each other. It's not like we hide trade secrets and, I just discovered this awesome way to shoot it, but I'm not going to tell anyone. It's not like that at all. So I've picked a lot of tricks along the way, but that first match was just, oh, gosh, embarrassing. It was horrible.
Yeah, usually our first matches are usually like that, but you recently went to the Hornady Zombie match, and you won that. You won your division in Open, in the ladies division, and you came out with the first place win. You won a bunch of prizes. It was awesome. We saw had some videos of you shooting it on your Facebook and on YouTube. But tell us how'd that come together. So you come from this bomb match at Rock Castle, your first one where it was horrible, and now you come back and pull off a win.
Well, that was last year. That was kind of towards the end of the summer last year. So since then, I've kind of gained a little bit of experience. But no, I never expect to win anything. I always think of myself as just a perpetual student. I always watch other people and I try to learn, but I never really expect to win. And the first time it happened was actually last year at the first ever Brownell's Lady 3-gun match down in Atlanta. I had no expectations. I mean, just the whole team, we showed up, we had a fantastic time, we shot. I don't usually look up scores. I'm not like a score Nazi. I just go to have fun. So we show up to the banquet, and of course, running late because I have to curl my hair and I have to have my pretty dress and makeup and all that. And I walk in, and all the fair and tactical girls just pile up. And like, oh my gosh, Ashley won amateur tactical, and you won open. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you talking to me? I started kind of looking around. Me? I won? But it was very exciting. It was a lot of fun. And the same thing happened at this zombie match. I was completely surprised because I actually had some trouble with the zero on my rifle. What happened is my rifle, my scope, is zeroed for at 300 yards, I think, which makes it zero at 50, I believe. Well, this particular match, there was a lot of relatively short range, think like 30, 40 yards, and they were little clays that were inserted in those zombie-shaped targets. Well, I mean, it's close enough. I could have shot it with my pistol a gazillion times. So I'm moving along, I'm blazing with the shotgun and the pistol, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm all right, doing pretty good. I got this. I can handle it. And then I get to the rifle, and I start shooting, and I can't hit a darn thing. The thing is like 30 yards away. I literally can pick up a magazine and just throw it out there. Come to find out, obviously after about the 4th or 5th stage, someone came over and told me, hey, you probably need to check your zero. If you zeroed for 200 or 300 yards, your hold is probably going to be different. Sure enough, I walked off to a side bay to the practice range, just threw a box of empty box of shotgun ammo and checked it, and sure enough, I was holding it at a complete different place where I was supposed to be. So the rest of the match was good. I got it figured out, but I screwed up several stages, so I completely did not expect to win. I figured I'd be way, way lower in the score, but it was awesome. I got a new gun.
Steve, you had a couple you wanted to hit. You got any?
Yeah, actually, I had a question come in that was from a disabled shooter, Chevy Man 94 Able. He said, how do any of you on this panel think about these type of shooting matches for people with physical disabilities? I have disabilities, but no group does competitions for us, and I want Diana to answer that question as well, but the first thing that comes to mind is Steel Challenge, because the amount of people that shot that match, the U.S. Nationals that I attended this year, as I normally do every year, and the amount of people that shot that match that were in wheelchairs was astounding, and a lot of them were placing very high. So anything you can add to that, Diana, or the rest of the panel?
First of all, do it. Just do it, man. It's going to make such a huge difference in your life, in your fulfillment, and the way that you think of yourself, and what you think you're capable of. Definitely, I would say Steel Challenge, PPC, or Action Pistol is actually another really, really good discipline for people with disabilities. But I want to bring up one of my friends, Trevor Bauckham. Volcom. I can't pronounce his last name. He's gonna kill me. Trevor is disabled. He's a veteran. His helicopter crashed, so he's paralyzed from the waist down, and it is one of my absolute most favorite people on the planet. He's a sponsored shooter. He shoots for Smith & Wesson and like a bunch of other companies. And I'll tell you what, that man will rock your socks off. I met him the first time I met him was at Bianchi a couple of years ago. And then last year we were shooting in the same lanes and we kind of became friends. I became friends with his wife. He is very involved into not only veteran communities, but also helping shooters with disabilities, because he has learned through trial and error how to handle his equipment, where to mount his holsters on his wheelchair, I mean, all of this crazy stuff. And as a matter of fact, he has an event coming up in September down was it in September, baby? Down in Kentucky. It's a family event. If you can make it down there, I don't know how far you travel, how you travel, you know, if your vehicle is wheelchair accessible, if you can fly, all of these things. But I would encourage you to come and meet that man, because it will change your life. And if you Google him, if you go on Facebook and try to find his page, Trevor Baucom, he did the craziest thing just this year at Bianchi. So we were, like I said, I'm friends with him and his wife and his kids, and my kid is friends with his kids and all of that. So the night before, we were sitting around having dinner, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about going prone at one of the events, because it gives you an advantage, you know, if you can go prone at the longer distances." And we all thought he was just joking, you know, but he's crazy enough to do it. Sure enough, the next day, that man jumps out of his wheelchair, throws himself on the ground, and shoots like a boss. I mean, it was just the most amazing thing I have ever seen. So yeah, that's the long answer, but the short answer is yes, you can do it. It is accessible. There are resources out there. There are ways to do it. I would stick to PPC, Action Pistol, or Steel Challenge.
Yeah. If what's the name? The gentleman's name there?
Trevor Baucom.
Yeah, we know Trevor, the guy who had the question.
Yeah, his name was. Hang on a second here. Chevy Man 94 Abel.
Yeah, so Chevy Man, if you can always send me an email or send any of us an email or hit us up on social media if you want to contact like stuff where we could get you in contact with Trevor, or we can, you know, because there's.
I'll share his page on my page.
Yeah, there you go. And so if you want to find like a holster and stuff like that, and how to set that whole rig up, we can probably get you some more. We get you some more information. And I would definitely go out there with Steel Challenge with your new rig all set up, sit in the box and hose down the steel. And I think you're going to be very happy. We can definitely point you in the right direction for more information. So there you have it. All right, that was an awesome question. But let's jump into the lightning round real quick. I got a couple from Fred in the Q&A that's been sitting there for a while, Fred. So if they're still there, give me a couple seconds and I'll hit those. A quick lightning round here. One or the other. Quick answers from you, Deanna. If you can only load on a Lee or RCBS reloading press, which one would you load on?
I love my Dillon.
There's no Dillons ever made here. We're talking Lee or RCBS. This is why it's hard here.
I don't care. I get what I like what I like, and I stick to it.
She buys the best equipment. Just go out and buy the best thing.
All right, RCBS. All right.
She says RCBS. There you go. The green press. I know a lot of people who like the RCBS, the rock chucker, the good old single stage. But Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris get into a fight in their prime. Who do you have winning it?
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee wins it.
He's got the moves.
Yeah, I agree.
Into mirrors. Come on.
Yeah, the 1-inch pond. You know, I wish he did a lot outside of the acting thing, because that always comes up. You know, he was an actor. No one really knew if he had what it took to win in any tournaments or anything like that. It usually pops up. But not to make the lightning round long. 9mm or 45. If you can only shoot one, carry one, all-around caliber, which one would you go with?
Why do you do that? That's a horrible thing to do to a person. Just pick one. It's like one flavor of ice cream. I'd probably go with a 9 just because it's more versatile. You can shoot it. It's a lot easier for competition. It's lightweight, so for a small girl, it's easier to carry. And as far as the stopping power, it's cheaper. And as far as the stopping power, I guess you just shoot more times.
There you go. Be trained, shoot more times, put the round on targets. Agreed. Let's see. Why did I lose it? Okay, here we go. Direct impingement or piston-driven ARs. What do you prefer? Either or.
Piston? Yeah, mine is piston-driven, isn't it? You got me. Yeah.
I got you stumped on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's the gas block I can see. Yeah, piston. There you go. You got it.
Piston. All right. Zombies are outside your front window there. Are you picking the rifle, pistol, or shotgun to get the job done?
Shotgun.
Shotgun right away. And what do we have?
Rounds in that thing. And I've got the speed loaders. You know how fast that stuff goes?
Yeah, you do that really well. I was curious about those speed loaders, how easy it is, but and watching the recent videos, it's awesome to rock those. Cause Jerry rocks it, and they're lightning quick. How many can you get in with those stick loaders? How many do they hold at a time?
Well, first of all, it's not easy. It wasn't easy in the beginning. In the beginning, it was super hard and stuff was flying out everywhere. It was a disaster. But once you learn how to do it, it's pretty easy. Mine hold 4 shells, but Arredondo is making a six round tube now, and I'm hoping to get some of those. So when I buy some of these, I'll be able to put 6 at a time. But yeah, 4 at a time. It's so fun to do. It's really fun.
Very nice. Yeah. So I didn't know how many of those hold, but it's 4 at a time. So I just learned something there. Let's see. Is striker fire or hammer fire?
A what?
Striker fire guns or hammer fire? Striker fire guns or hammer fire guns? You can only choose one of those. You're probably gonna pick hammer because you got 1911.
Oh, yeah. 1911 hammer fired, of course.
There you go. And the last one, I don't know if you ever ate at this one. It seems to be every time I don't axe it, people ask, why didn't you axe it? So I'm gonna axe it here. In-N-Out burger or Five Guys burger joint?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. There you go. That's a good answer because that's what the one we all agree on, I believe. So In-N-Out burger rocks. We got it. So that'll do it for the lightning round question. If you guys have anything to add, Jennifer, you have anything to add real quick? Steve, you're good. Good and good. Okay. Let's hit this one from Fred. Fred Goodrum says, how do you work? Do you work on your own pistols? What type of customizations have you found works best for you and your equipment?
Yes, not personally. My husband does a fantastic trigger. So anything that comes in, as a matter of fact, I just got a new. I don't know if you can see it. Well, there's Scarlet. There's my pistol I've been shooting, and I just got that pistol in the mail like yesterday. Fantastic pistol. CK Arms built it for me. It's really tight. It's beautiful. It's exactly the way I want it, except the trigger. I'm so spoiled. My husband fits everything for me. If there's anything I don't like for example, one thing I don't like is the spring on the mag release. So he'll probably change that for me. The short answer is yes. My husband works on pretty much every single pistol I have. I don't have anything out of the box. As soon as it comes in, he starts pulling it apart. I start complaining about either the trigger or the mag release, or something is never going to be right. I'm really, really picky. I'm very fortunate to have someone that can fix it for me. And then as like that, I would send anything. I would send anything I have to Terran Tactical. I mean, just work it over. It's worth the investment. I mean, I know it might sound like a lot of money if you don't have a resource like I do, but anyone that shoots a lot will tell you just have it tricked out. You'll be grateful later.
Yeah, I agree there. One more from Fred. He said, "Do you How did you decide to shoot open as opposed to any other division? Is equipment choices based on your sponsors, or is your daily training regimen? What is your daily training regimen? So he has a bunch of questions in one. So let's start off. How did you decide to shoot open division?
First of all, I shoot everything. It's just since I started my social media Facebook page, I started it in October of last year, so it hasn't been very long, and so I've been shooting open for a couple of years now. But I shoot everything else. I don't discriminate. I enjoy anything that goes bang. Particularly, I love 1911s. I shoot limited sometimes. Sometimes I shoot my husband's 40 in limited. Sometimes I shoot IDPA with a 45. For God's sakes, there's a 44 Magnum down there. I love it all. Open, it just seemed like a lot of fun. It looked like a space gun. It's super fun. It's very fast. I don't know. I just enjoy it. No, it wasn't a sponsor-driven thing. I like what I like. It's just my favorite, but I love them all. And then as far as training, oh gosh, I am so embarrassed. They used to call me Miss IDPA, which stands for I don't practice at all. And truth be told, I don't have an ammunition sponsor, so I kind of have to be, I have to preserve the amount of ammunition I have. So I have a choice. Do I use the ammo and go train, or do I go and shoot a local match, which will be practice for me for a larger match? So that's what I usually do. I go to the local club matches and I practice. That's my practice. That's my training. But I have one thing that I discovered just recently is dry firing. I know people keep telling you, dry fire is going to help you. That stuff works. I mean, it really does. And I discovered this little thing. I don't know if you've seen one of those, but a training pistol of any sort, like this one is
CERT, right?
CERT. Yeah, that's the CERT. This thing is like the coolest thing ever. Look, and it's not a real pistol, so Nazis out there, I'm not pointing a real pistol at my arm. It's a toy gun, but it's really cool because it shoots a laser. And I'll tell you what, you'll be sitting around the couch and you'll be shooting everything on TV, every little object around your house. It's the most fun thing ever. So that's my training.
There you go. So she trains with a CERT.
It's super fun. And the cat chases it. It's really fun. If you have a cat or a dog, they go bananas over it.
Yeah, we had Mike, who's the owner of the CERT pistol, on the show a while back. And those things are really nice. So you customize a trigger on them. They have a variety of models. I believe they come out with the MMP, and so there's a couple stuff. So go check out the CERT pistol if you're looking to get something to juice up the dry fire a little bit.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Jen, you want to hit some of those on Facebook? I think we have some last-minute ones on Facebook.
Yeah, we had a couple more on Facebook. Robert Campbell wants to know what your favorite sight is for your shotgun.
Well, I shoot open. So I can only share my experiences with that. Right now I have a Burris Fast Fire 3 on it, but to be completely honest with you, like on my AR, I have one of those Trigicon RMRs. I don't know if you can you see it?
Yeah, I see it there.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, this thing is amazing. So I'm really thinking about switching and putting one of these on there as well. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. Do you see it right here?
Yeah, we got it.
And the cool thing about this one is, I don't know if you can see, it's always on. I think the battery life is like a couple of years in there. With the Burris, I have to turn it on and off, and you have no idea how many times I just forget to turn it off. This thing, it's always on. Same for the AccuPoint, by the way. You pull that sucker up and it's lit up. You don't have to push buttons or anything. So I would invest in it. It's a little bit pricier, but I think it's worth the money. It's worth enough to where I'm gonna buy another one for my shotgun.
There you go. We have one more on Facebook. Do you want to hit it?
Andy Kwan wanted to know, what would you say was the biggest compromise you made as an up-and-coming shooter?
Compromise. Do you mean more like a sacrifice?
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah,
fair.
you have to find the balance. I mean, there are a lot of things that I could have done differently, but I'm a professional woman. I mean, this is my second career, if you would. My number one priority is my job, and early on, I have made the decision that I will just shoot as much as I can comfortably accommodate. So I have missed out on some opportunities. I think that I'm finally getting to where I'm good enough to where I start winning stuff, you know. Um, but a lot of it is opportunity. Like, for example, I was supposed to go to multi-gun nationals in Vegas earlier this year, and I was really sick. I couldn't go. Then there was another match that I couldn't go because of work. It's just you gotta find the balance. This is not like major league. It's not like we're getting paid crazy amounts of money, and you know we're on the covers of magazines. I mean, some people might be, you know, the Mitchell Acks and Rob Lathams and Jesse Duffs of the world, but still, the fact of the matter is you it's not a sustainable lifestyle. You're not going to pay your bills with it, so you have to find the balance, and it's a sacrifice. You sacrifice a little bit of time with your family to go shoot these matches. You know, you sacrifice a little bit of the matches to go do your job. It's just, I think it's finding the balance, but that's true for anything. So.
Yeah, good advice here. Let's hit to the discount corner. I think we might have a couple last-minute Q&As. We'll hit those, and then we'll almost wrap this one up there. But discount corners, I think Jen might have something to add. But we have tacticallife.net. If you use apparel, AR accessories, they have a lot over there, tacticallife.net. If you use TSM10, it gets you 10% off T-shirts, grips, and their stickers. So TSM10. Fort Mill Munitions, that's Team FMM.com for your handgun ammunition needs. You got a TSM5, saves you 5% off your ammo over there at Fort Mill Munitions. We got Dewey Rods. It's DeweyRods.com. That's Cruise Rod. That's CRUZROD and 10. That'll save you 10% off anything at DeweyRods.com. Let's see. Standard Deviation Arms. They have a lot of pistol accessories, Dawson Precision, variety STI stuff. TSM5 saves you 5% off anything at StandardDeviationArms.com. Let's see. Terran Tactical Innovations. We've been talking about them a lot throughout the show today. And we talk about them a lot, almost every show, really. So TSM, you go to TerranTacticalInnovations.com and you email them. There's a general email on the website there. Just email them, say the Shooter's Mindset sent you, and you can get 10% off your purchase at Terran Tactical Innovations, which is a big help because everybody needs like 5-6 base pads that can run the tab up really quick in itself, so 10% would be a big help. We also have Tactical. If you're looking for a, she shoots open. So if you're looking to go open and still challenge and not break the bank on a total new open gun, they have mounts available for Glock pistols and all. It's a universal mount, MMP, a bunch of them, CZs, they all work. TSM10 saves you 10% off anything at umtactical.com. Jen, do you have anything to add? Steve, anything to add? Discount corner.
Not today.
Not this week.
No Savannah River Armory, like free rifles if you use Gen C 776? No?
I haven't talked to him this week. I'll ask him, and if so, I'll put it on the page.
Who's the adorable little? Who's this adorable girl here? What's her name?
This is the future of shooting sports. This is my daughter Sophie, and she just got her first .22 pistol for her birthday this year. That's what she asked for. Yeah.
Did mom get you the Corson custom 22, or did she get you the Ruger? What did you get?
She got a Browning 1911 22. It's really interesting. It's like a 1911 frame 22, and of course we have to have the pink grips. But tell you what, she is pretty good with it.
There you go. That's awesome.
All right.
There we go. Look at that high fly. That's a nice pistol there.
And again, it's completely empty. And someone will point it out. Oh, you're pointing at the wall. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve really digs the pink grips on, I don't know, I think he has a CZ coming with the pink grips here shortly. There you go. All right. Any last minute Q&A? Are you guys all good? One more thing I wanted to hit here was the TTI crew has gotten an early jump, has gotten the new Trigicon AccuPoint 1x6, which I've used a 1x4 AccuPoint. So I was curious to know your experience with the new 1-6 by Trigicon.
Oh man, that thing was amazing. I got to test it. One of the times I went to visit Taryn up in Cali, and we shot some matches. He had that thing before they even. I mean, like literally the day it hit. I think they introduced it at the NRA show. He already had like the scope, so I got to test it, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty sweet. It's very versatile. One of the most common questions people ask is like, what's the best scope for all around? Well, I don't think there's such thing as all around shooting, but for 3-gun, I think the 1-6 is absolutely amazing. I currently run the 1-4, but I also have one that is 3-9, and I can't decide between the two of them. But I think I might very well switch to the 1-6. I really like it. It's very versatile.
Yeah, I really dig the Trigicon products. It's just the no battery deal. Even they have the VCOG, which is the first one they made with batteries, but majority of like 99% of them, there's no batteries involved. Like you said, you don't just throw them in the bag. You pull them out, they're on. Super clear. The glass is amazing on them. Very clear. At least the AccuPoint 1-4. So I would assume the AccuPoint 1x6 is just as awesome, if not better. So definitely check out the Trigicon. It's on my list to get. That's the next glass I'm going to get. They finally, it's available at Optics Planet right now. They finally got the reticle in a TR25 Trigicon that I was looking for. So I might have to, open the bank and drop the 1300 on that thing.
In my opinion, it's worth the investment. Again, I came from shooting burst scopes. And they were great. I mean, they're very affordable options. But when I upgraded, I felt completely reborn. I mean, you could just see clearly everything. The field of vision is wider. The reticle is not very busy, so it doesn't cover. Sometimes, I've shot with my 1-4 up to 600 yards, and at that distance, when you don't have too much magnification, if your reticle is too busy, it covers everything. I mean, you can't even see your target, let alone hit it. So I think they're worth the investment, but then again, it's my humble opinion. What do I know?
Yeah, optics are always highly, first focal plane, second focal plane, you put it in like a form and you'll get tons of pros, tons of people who are in the game, and they all almost have a different opinion on scopes. So it's definitely one of those things you got to really test out and have a chance to shoot. Like I said, if you can get out to a 3-gun match and look down a lot of the different scopes and ask them why they chose that, is probably my recommendation. It's just a lot of stuff to consider when you're buying good glass. Let's see here. We always see the videos that Taryn posts up on social media on the ladies hosing down all these steel targets, and it looks like a really good time because Taryn's such a funny dude. But how much of an influence has Taryn been on your shooting development, and how is it out there on the compound? Is he really showing you guys a lot, or is it just more of like a goofball thing, shred everything down as fast as you can?
Oh man, it's kind of both. It's awesome. Every time I get out there, not to mention that the whole experience, it's not just you and him doing dry, serious instruction, Nazi drills type of thing. It's usually like a whole group of friends. It's all the other TTI girls, Jessica Hook will be there, my friend Corinne, Allie will be there. Ashley, I don't know if Ashley has made it out there yet. Jonna Reeves, just different people just show up and have a great time. And he has a really good way of mixing in the instruction along the way of doing something fun. So he'll just show up, like, oh, hey, we're gonna set up these targets over here, and you're gonna go and he has one of these too, and he'll be like, okay, well, you're gonna shoot these targets real quick, and then you're gonna haul ass over there, and then it's so funny how he talks, and you're gonna go there and just be totally awesome, and you're gonna shoot these real fast, and then your splits are gonna be like this, and it's just the most fun experience ever. And then you wonder why people want to show up and shoot there. He hosts a lot of folks. He hosts a lot of like Hollywood people, a lot of us on the team. But he also brings new shooters to that range all the time. And that is what makes that man really special. Is not only does he care about the community, he cares about growing the community. And I am trying to really learn from that. And here lately, it has become really important to me to help others and try to involve new shooters. So yeah, he's a great model. I mean, I can't say enough good stuff about the man. But it's awesome. It's just as fun as it looks like on video. I should post some more of these. I have.
Because he always uploads like this 20-second video of like bing, 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 bing. There's like shredding, and then it's like stops. So I was like, what really happens over there? Is there a lot of instruction, or is it just as fun as it looks? So you got a sneak peek on. It's just as fun as it looks. There you go. All right. I think we're close to wrapping up the show here. When am I? Yeah. All right. I unmuted the mic. All right. We're close to wrapping up on the show here. We talked about a lot of great points here. A lot of good stuff. It was really fun. I think we're gonna run this one down if we have no Q&A. Just want to run through the giveaway really quick here, because I think I forgot to mention something again. But we have 6 Terran Tactical Innovations PMAG base pads. We have Safariland long sleeve performance shirt. We have Patriot cases, AR-15 rifle case. We have 511 tactical polo. We have a 4-pack of weapon shield, which is great stuff. We have Tactical Life decal pack. We have and a bunch of awesome autographed posters from Deanna herself. They're going to find the link in the comment section below or on the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page. It's going to last a week from now, so next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, during episode 92 of the Shooter's Mindset. We'll select 3 winners for this giveaway. So get in on that. If you also take advantage of the bonus entries, there's a lot of bonus entries there. So if you like Deanna's Facebook page, Jennifer's Facebook page, and all their social media stuff, and people who contributed to this giveaway, like TTI and Weapon Shield, etc., you get bonus entries. So make sure you take advantage of that for the best possible chance to win some of this good stuff here. All right, here we're going to run this one down. Who wants to kick off the shout-out? Steve, we'll start with you.
Sounds good to me. Of course, Weapon Shield, you already mentioned. George over there doing some awesome work, putting out some cool videos lately, showing off the quality of his product versus some of the others out there on the market. CZ Custom Shop, always standing behind the guys from my team that I'm a part of. My biggest sponsor, which is czforum.com. So go over and check those guys out. If you like CZs or you want to learn a little bit about the CZ brand firearm, check out czforum.com.
Yeah, I definitely learn a lot. I always talk to you about the CZs, that 9mm pistol thing that they got out there. Scorpion Evo's kind of piqued my interest. 9mm, shoot it all day, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and the brand that they have is really cool. That should be readily available, I think, somewhere over the next year or so, and hoping we can maybe take a look at one of those on the show, possibly.
Yeah, there you go. You know if that's going to come in full auto, or is it just going to be semi?
Well, obviously, it won't be full auto unless you're military or police, but I'm not sure. They may offer those. You know, that's going to be up to the contracts that they can, you know.
Yeah, wheeled out. Nice stuff over there. czforum.com. Check them out. Jennifer, what do you have for our shout-outs?
All right, I've got Load Up Ammunition, who just runs flawlessly all the time. I've never had a problem with them. I've got Savannah River Armory, built me a great rifle. Maybe looking at another one in the works in the future sometime. Shooters of Augusta and Sharpshooters of Augusta, where I get to go and train and shoot my brains out and get frustrated and go back and do it again the next day. And And I've got Lucas Oil that really is great. I put a picture, like duo picture on my Facebook of the before and after of a bolt, and literally all I did was spray it. I didn't touch it. I just sprayed it with the contact cleaner, and the carbon just fell off. It was really good. I'm enjoying using that stuff. Samson Operation X. Love the mount that they gave us, the RAM mount, DMR. It's a great disconnect, and I'm going to be doing some testing on it now that I'm done with Freedom Munitions match, with taking it off and how it holds zero and all that. And tacticallife.net that keeps me from getting honked at with my awesome bumper stickers.
Yeah, there you go. I agree there. Deanna, what do you have as far as sponsors? Shout out.
Oh gosh, I really don't want to sound like a commercial or anything, but most of my sponsors was, I told you I'm very picky. I like what I like, and I don't care if it's free or whatnot. I am still gonna like what I like. So most of my sponsors, it was products that I already loved. So I'm just gonna list them out. I'm not gonna tell you the unique benefits so much. I'll just tell you I would have paid for it full price, triple price if I had to. Obviously, Terran Tactical Innovations, all of my guns, except the pistol, came from there. I can't say enough good stuff. If you see me at the range, just ask me to try it. It speaks for itself. My second sponsor that I absolutely love is Safariland. All my belts, bags, pouches, you name it. It's some tough stuff. Again, 95% of their business is actually law enforcement officers, so if it's tough enough for them, it's tough enough for me. 511 Tactical, I feel reborn since I started wearing that stuff. So, again, I can't say enough about 511. And also, actually, let me throw that out there, the new women's campaign, which I happen to get to be a part of, which I'm so excited. It was so much fun. That should be coming out really soon, so watch for those videos. We look totally cool. Some of these videos I can't even believe I'm in it because it's so cool. And of course Patriot cases and Weapon Shield, which we already talked about.
There you go, man. I got a couple on my end. I want to just, first off, just thank you for coming on and spending 2 hours of your time with us here tonight. It was awesome to finally get you on here.
It was a lot of fun. And hey, before I forget, I do have one more thing coming up, and because we spend so much time talking about youth and young shooters, I want to bring that up, especially for people in the Midwest, anyone in the Missouri area or Illinois, Arkansas, Kansas. We are, if you know who Patrick Flanagan is, he's just like a shotgun aficionado. I don't know, throws like 15 pigeons in the air and just shoots them upside down. And he's absolutely amazing. But we're putting a show together on the 22nd here in the Columbia area. Check out my Facebook page or his Facebook page. It is going to blow your mind. It will be really fun. Bring your kids. It's like $5, I think. And it's all-day event on the 27th. Demo will be at 1, and there will be stuff blowing everywhere. It'll be awesome.
There you go. It sounds like a lot of fun. You can find out more information on that on your Facebook, or is there a website we can go to?
Yeah,
Facebook?
find it on mine or his.
Okay, there we go. Good stuff there. Here, I want to start off mine here just by saying subscribe to the channel. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. we have a new episode of The Shooter's Mindset. Do some reviews, do some shooting, some IDPA, some USPSA 3-gun stuff on the channel. So right below the video here that you're watching, there should be a subscribe button, so make sure you hit that. Email contact, theshootersmindset@gmail.com. If you have anything you want to talk about, like the gentleman who asked a great question earlier on getting started, you know, he has a disability and wants to get started in shooting, I can get you connected with Trevor if you want more information, or I can try to get it as best as I can for you. I want to give a shout out to Terran Tactical Innovations, of course. Rifles sweet, shotguns awesome. He's a great person. Rise Armament, Rainier Ballistics, Dewey Rods, great cleaning products. Rand CLP, Techwear USA, and Carbon Arms. I have a ton of them, man, but I don't, I try to break them up throughout the show. I almost got to pull out the manual here. I'm going to give one more random one. We're going to do, let's do Blade Tech Industries, all right? Blade Tech Industries, big supporter of me and the show, and there you have awesome products. So check out Blade
Anthony,
Tech.
you have a little black book of sponsors.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know if I showed this on the show, but yeah, this is kind of old school part of me. I write everything down on like the Chick Bible, I call it. But it's just 2015 shooting season, and I have all the sponsors and matches that I would attend. So I don't use the smartphone for this. I enjoy writing down still. A few things I enjoy writing down still, and not using the
I like
the
buying
smartphone.
CDs. I love buying CDs because I like the covers of the albums.
Yeah, man. Man, it's been a while since I bought a CD, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, I do have a little Bible with some stuff written down, I guess you can say in there. So there you have it. And I think that's gonna wrap it up for episode 91 of the Shooter's Mindset. Thank Jennifer, Steve, man. Thanks for taking the time out of your night for helping me out with this stuff. Check out that CZ Forum stuff, and tell Savannah River Armory people that you want to see the Gen C rifle. They're gonna build a specific one with her name on it. All of her stuff that she wants. The Gen C rifle coming 2016. Check it out. Contact them. Tell you want it. All right, and that'll do it. Episode 91. Thank you guys. We'll see you later.